Hop.
It's the D-Hop talking shop.
Yo.
Yeah. We talking with D-Hop.
Yeah.
Tell me what shit you got. Yeah. On the D-Hop talking shop.
Yeah, it's your boy D-Hop.
D-Hop talking shop.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. We talking with D-Hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me what shit you got.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. On the D-Hop talking shop.
Welcome to the D-Hop Talking Shop.
Hey guys, it's your boy Devontae Hopkins. Welcome back to the D-Hop Talking Shop. We are officially into week 5 of the NFL season. We have had a lot of injury that has happened all around the NFL season. I really hate Aaron Rodgers got hurt for the New York Jets. I was looking forward all offseason as a football fan. I was ready to see Aaron Rodgers play. 4 plays in the season, he already had got hurt, and we didn't really just get a chance to see him unleash that New York Jets offense. I know they got it in with Dalvin Cook in the backfield, Garrett Wilson, and Allen Lazard. So I really hope Aaron Rodgers come back next season because, man, I was really looking forward to seeing them. Zach Wilson has officially had to take over for the New York Jets offense, and yeah, them guys really ain't missed a beat. But I will say Zach Wilson played against the Kansas City Chiefs the other day, and he actually played good. He really outdueled Patrick Mahomes in that game. So we're going to see how the New York Jets prevail this whole entire season. Another injury I want to talk about is Odell Beckham getting hurt. I wouldn't say that it just affected the Baltimore Ravens offense that much because Lamar Jackson has really been finding hitting his stride with the connection with him and Zay Flowers. That's been a dangerous connection that has happened. He also has Mark Andrews, but I would like to see Odell. I still want to see him in that offense because I feel like he can open up that offense even more with all those other dynamic players that they got. Another injury that has happened has been Trayvon Diggs. I'm going to tell you how that affected the Dallas Cowboys defense, affected them in a major way. Trayvon Diggs is definitely a top 5 lockdown cornerback in this game. They looked it bad against the Arizona Cardinals, I would say that. But I will give them this. They did look good against the New England Patriots. But we're going to see when they play more weapons. Like they got the San Francisco 49ers Sunday night. But I really feel like that's going to hurt them because it's like they got the San Francisco 49ers has Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. And also have Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. So we're going to see about that game. I really feel like that's going to be a good game. Another injury I want to talk about is Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb got injured against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it was forced them to get Kareem Hunt from the Cleveland Browns. And yeah, their offense hasn't been the same as since Nick Chubb been out that offense. Nick Chubb is definitely a top 5 running back, man. I really hate injuries. I hate that happen. Also, Mike Williams got hurt with the Chargers, and yeah, those guys been missing Mike Williams as a whole. They got Quinn Johnson from TCU, so I expected them guys to bounce back, and hopefully they find a way to open up that offense because I really like Justin Herbert, man. That guy's a real good quarterback. I would say he's definitely top 10. He's still been putting up numbers, but I feel like they'll be better if they had Mike Williams. But like I said, tough injuries has happened. With that being said, it has been a lot of little teams that's been disappointing. I'm going to talk about one team that has been disappointing so far has been the Denver Broncos with Russell Wilson. I expected them to be better with them picking up Sean Payton. And I'm not going to lie, Russell Wilson hasn't really looked that bad, but they could be better, though. So their defense hasn't really looked the same. Like, we all know the Denver Broncos, they have known to have a top 10 defense, top 5, or whatever you want to say. But those guys haven't been looking the same. They got 70 points put on the Miami Dolphins, and I don't care. As any NFL team professional, you don't ever want to see nobody get 70 hung on you, because that was real bad, though. Another team that has been disappointing has been the Chicago Bears. And the reason why I say they have been disappointing because they have made a lot of little offseason moves this offseason, picking up David Moore. And they also picked up TJ Edwards on the linebacker situation. Them guys 0-5. They was balling at first against the Denver Broncos. I checked that game out. I thought they was going to get their first win, but they didn't end up getting their first win at all. So they have been real disappointing. You got the coaches getting mad at each other. The quarterback blaming coaches on the reason why he's not playing good. Chase Claypool, all this kind of little stuff. It's just a whole lot of little stuff that has happened with the Chicago Bears. Coaches getting fired. At this point, you might as well just call them the bad news Bears at this point because, man, them guys it's just a tough season for the Chicago Bears. Look like to me they probably gonna be drafting top 5 again though. Another team that has been disappointing has been the Cincinnati Bengals, as the Cincinnati Bengals have started the season opening up as 1-3. Joe Burrow hasn't been looking like the Joe Burrow that we have known him for. Coming into the season last year, we had him as a top 5 quarterback, and he hasn't been looking like that. I really feel like he's still injured at this point though. But hopefully those guys bounce back. They defense can't stop nobody. They still don't have an offensive line, and I don't know why you got to protect your investment. These guys just paid Joe Burrow $200 million plus contract money, so I don't understand why they just not. They got to protect the investment getting the offensive lineman. So, and the last team that I feel like has been a disappointment has been the New York Giants. But I would say that as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, I'm happy to see the Giants lose, but I really felt like they was gonna be better this year with getting Darren Waller. They got a lot of little stuff going on in New York. Daniel Jones keep turning over the ball. The offensive line steady, it can't block anybody. It's just that game Monday night was sad to see as a New York Giants fan. If I was a New York Giants fan, I would have left that game probably like the third quarter because it got real ugly. So New York Giants got a lot of little problems that's going on with them. But since we are heading into week 5, I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 teams in the NFL right now. Coming in at number 5 would be the Miami Dolphins, as those guys recently had 70 points they put 70 points on the Denver Broncos, but I would like to say they took their first loss Sunday against the Buffalo Bills, but I really expect those guys to bounce back because those guys are too good. With Tyreek Hill, with Jalen Water, their offense is still dynamic though, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in top 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Ever since that week 1 matchup against the New York Jets, the vintage Josh Allen we have known, he has officially been back, and I got to submit him as a number 2 quarterback in the NFL because he's been putting up crazy numbers. Did you guys see that game against the Dolphins? Stephon Diggs had 120 yards and 3 TDs, and man, I wish I had put him on my fantasy, man. But the Buffalo Bills, they've been looking good so far, so I'll get them at number 4. Number 3, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens, as Lamar Jackson has been looking good so far, even though without Odell, that Zay Flowers move was a big pickup for them. Those guys routed the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, so I'm going to give the Ravens my number 3 spot. Number 2, my Philadelphia Eagles, even though we haven't looked good in these 4 games. 4-0 is 4-0, man. A lot of people been nitpicking the Philadelphia Eagles saying this and that, but like I said, man, and another thing I want to talk about since I'm on the Philadelphia Eagles is this quarterback sneak. We got a lot of little stuff that's happening with them. A lot of people was talking about the Philadelphia Eagles for the quarterback sneak, and I'm just saying all 31 other teams are able to run that same play, but people is nitpicking mad at the Philadelphia Eagles because they're so good at it. I mean, we got the best offensive line in the league. We also got Jalen Hurts at our quarterback, who squats 600 at that. So I don't understand what's the beef with that, but I mean, hey, they probably gonna mess around banning. I don't know. I hope they not, because we just unstoppable at it. And then number 1, I'm gonna go with the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, Brock Purdy has been looking like the Brock Purdy before the injury. I said if he came back to playing real good, he was gonna come back stepping in the vengeance. Those guys looked real good on both sides of the ball. Christian McCaffrey is having the MVP type season. You don't see that much with a running back, but though he's been looking good with them. Also, their defense has been looking real great. That Javon Hargrave pickup was real key for them, man. Them guys been looking dominant. They played the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, so we're going to see Brock Purdy against their defense. But I really feel like the San Francisco 49ers will win that game, but we're going to see. I expect that to be a good matchup. Quarterbacks, I want to talk about a few rookies that have been showing out so far. Anthony Richardson from the Indianapolis Colts has been looking real good. He been looking real. That's another surprise team I would say that's been looking real good this season that I didn't expect that to come from. But Anthony Richardson has been looking great. CJ Stroud also has been looking good. He might look like he might break that mold of why Ohio State quarterbacks ain't never really panned out in the league, but he's panning out so far right now. If you look at CJ Stroud numbers right now, you got to put him top 10 as of right now. So shout out to CJ Stroud. Another rookie that has been looking good has been Jalen Carter from our Philadelphia Eagles. He has been having an Aaron Donald effect. I'm not saying he's like Aaron Donald, but he's been affecting the game just like how Aaron Donald would. Just look up his numbers. He been putting up Aaron Donald type numbers so far. So far, so good, but we still have a long little season. So that's a little bit of my rookies that have been showing out, man. So, and I want to say another thing. Another surprise team that I want to talk about is the Detroit Lions. I really feel like they've been surprising a lot of teams this year. They've been looking real good. I really feel like that's a team that nobody wants to see in the NFC right now in the playoffs. If they go into the playoffs, that's a team you ain't gonna want to see the Detroit Lions. They've been looking good on both sides of the ball ever since they lost Gardner Johnson. Them defense still has been playing lights out. Brian Branch from the Alabama that was a real good picker because he's been looking good. I already know he's in the running of defensive rookie of the year, so we're gonna see how this season go. Rest of the season go with the Detroit Lions. But enough about that. I want to go ahead and switch topics. I want to go into this NBA season. So NBA season is around the corner, and I gotta say something. A big domino has happened. The Damian Lillard trade has officially happened, and he got sent to the Milwaukee Bucks. As a Miami fan, I'm so disappointed that we didn't get Damian Lillard because I felt like he was gonna be with the Heat. I was ready to get the Miami Heat jersey, Dame, and everything. Everything I was reading, I thought that he was going to go to Miami. I was looking forward. I was disappointed when I got to my phone and I seen that he wasn't going to get traded to us. And that was like, yeah, that just hurt my soul when that happened, man, because I really feel like if we against the Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat, we just needed that one more piece, and I really feel like Damian Lillard would have got us over the hump. Don't get me wrong. The Miami Heat still a good team. I really still feel like, you know, the East still belongs to the Heat until they's proven otherwise. They won the East last year, so but we gonna see about that though. But I really feel like we still one piece away from just getting over that hump. So how I think it's gonna affect the Milwaukee Bucks, I really feel like it's gonna be, I already know their odds of winning the NBA Finals have officially went up. So with them, they gonna have Damian Lillard, Giannis, Bobby Portis. Shout out to Bobby Portis from Little Rock, Arkansas. Brook Lopez. So that's gonna be a nice little combination right there. So I really expect those guys to look good. So also, Drew Holiday got traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. He got traded to the Boston Celtics. Another domino that Miami Heat had missed. Another player that we should have had gotten in the fold. And I'm disappointed about that because I really feel like we just staying complacent. But new faces in new places. We got Chris Paul with the Golden State Warriors. We also got Bradley Beal with the Phoenix Suns. So, yeah, it's going to be a real good NBA season. I can't wait to the NBA season as it kicks off next week. So, I'm going to be talking about all that. Who you guys think going to win the NBA Finals? You guys let me know that in the comments, man. So, hey. But I also want to show you guys something about this. I wanted to show you guys this logo. Shout out to Nail Parts for giving me this logo, for doing this logo for me. Shout out to her for the big time in a major way. She did a real good job with this. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to hang it in the house. I'm still getting to that part, trying to figure that part out. So, yeah, this is the D-Hop Talking Shop. This is my logo, my brand. So respect the brand. Shout out to the brand, man. So as I continue doing my thing on this podcast, so yeah, it looks real good, man. So before I close the show, I would like to give a shout out to my LSU Tigers for beating the Arkansas Razorbacks, as we got to keep that boot for the next, I ain't gonna say for the next year. Well, it really is for the next year, but we done kept it for 2 years in a row. Woo pigs, who are that, Razorback fans? Hey, shout out to all my Razorback fans. You know I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all know, but you know I had to talk my little stuff right there for the one time, because y'all know when LSU lost to Florida State, y'all had a lot of things to say. But it's okay though, man. But hey, if you guys like today's video, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the D-Hop Talking Shop.